Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Stellar and today we'll be scripting, and as the first topic we are going to talk about is types. And every programming language has types, and in Lua, which is the Roblox scripting language, we have a couple too. Well, actually a lot, but let's keep it short in this video. So to start with, let's take a script and let me list some types for you. So look for a script. And then you have something here that's saying print hello world. So let's actually remove that. Okay, so I'm gonna write some types down and they're gonna help you a lot when scripting. A lot of scripting YouTubers do not cover this, but I think it's really important because it helps you a lot. So I'm gonna split these types into two categories. So first we have basic types, and they are numbers. And you know numbers, let me just put parentheses here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. These are numbers, and that's very obvious. And we also have strings. And strings, they are just pieces of text. And the way you write them is like this, so you need quotation marks. You can use these or you can use these. I will talk about this later on. So let me just put a few examples here, like hello world, or you can have hi, and that's about it for strings. We have Booleans, and this is a really simple type. You either have true or false, and that's about it. So just let me put it like this, true and false. And we have tables, and tables, we're gonna cover this later in a different video, but basically they hold multiple values in one single value. So you can have, for example, 1, 2, 3, and this type will keep all of this information in these curly brackets. But don't worry about it for now. I'm gonna show you that later on in a different video. And next we have functions, and functions, they are, you can think of them as pieces of code, and we'll be covering this later on in a different video too. Don't worry about it for now. I'm not going to put an example here because you're not going to understand it anyway. Let's move on to the next category, which is Roblox types. And these types are made for Roblox, so you can use them in your game and script things the way you want it. And there's actually a lot of Roblox types. There's over 30, so I'm not going to cover all of them. So let me just start with color 3. All right. So color 3, obviously it's a color, and the way we express this is by doing this in the code. So let's say you want to do color dot from RGB, and then you can put here the numbers you want. So this is an example, and I know it looks really weird at first glance, but let me just show you, because you can find all these values here: numbers, strings, booleans, tables, and functions. Well, not functions, tables. But you can find numbers and strings and booleans in properties here. So we go to any object, let's choose the base plate. You have here cast shadow, and this is either true or false, remember? So that's expressed as a boolean. You have colors, which they are here. And as you can see, there are 3 numbers which defines the color. And here you put the numbers. You have the numbers here, 0 and 0. And then here you have the string, the name. And those are expressed like this. So you can actually find these values back in objects, and that's what's making it so important to know about values. So let's move on to BrickColor. This is also color, and you might have noticed there's like 2 properties for the color, which is kind of weird, but you know, it is what it is. And there you go. You can choose that, for example. So we can express this like this. So BrickColor.new. And then you put the name of the color here. So that's the same name as this one. So Carnation Pink. Make sure you capitalize this correctly. If you change one little thing, it's not gonna work. So let's move on to the next type, which is vector 3. And this type is used to express a position or a size, which can be found here. See, there's 3 numbers, and these express the location, orientation, and the size. And the way we write it is really simple: vector 3.new, and then you put the numbers here. So let's do 0 to 4, for example. And there we have it. We have a type that expresses the, I don't know, it could be anything. For example, size, position, or orientation. Moving on, we have something called instance. So let me zoom in a little. So instance, that is really simple. You have, for example, workspace. That is an instance. You have the script as an instance. Baseplate is an instance, and so on and so on. So it's basically just an object you can find in the Explorer. This is also actually to be found in the properties. But you go to parent here, you see this is actually an object. It's not a name. It's an actual instance. You can change it, for example, to the script. That it changes it. So you have to actually select an object to set the parent to. And that is an instance. And the way we make that is like this. So instance.new. And then we're gonna say, for example, we want a part. There you have it. I made a part. We're gonna talk a little bit about this more in a different video. Just don't worry about it for now. And next we have Enum. Enum is something kind of special. And this is also to be found in the properties. So let's go up here. You have material. And when you click on it, you have a list of items you can choose from. You have brick, concrete, metal, and so on and so on. And we can also express this in a script, of course. So the way you do it is enum dot, and then you want to choose the category. So in this case, we want to choose from material. So material dot, and then we want to pick an item. So let's choose glass, for example. Glass. There you have it. You express the material in a script. And that's about it. And this is all the types. Well, there's obviously a lot more Roblox types, but they're not important for now because, you know, you cannot find them in here. Well, you can, but like, who cares? So in the next video, I'm gonna talk about how to write these things more. So it's not like out of the blue. Also, this is color 3 from RGB. Sorry for that. And in a different video, I'm gonna talk about how to change properties through a script so you can automate your game. And that's what scripting is about. You change things about your game automatically depending on, I don't know, it could be anything. So a quick rundown. Numbers, they're written like this in a script. So you just put 0 like this, for example, like this. That counts as a number. Strings, you write them like this. Hello. Remember when we put in the script and we said print hello world? Yeah. That's how you express a piece of text in a script. And we also had Booleans, and just written like this, you know, without quotation marks. If you put it with quotation marks, it's considered text. And we have tables, don't worry about that. Functions, don't worry about that. And oh, and also we have something called nil. So do not forget this. Nil, it's really simple, but also really complex. Nil means basically nothing. It doesn't have a value. It's nothing. And we can find this value actually in the properties too. So we cannot really find it in the base, in the part, but we can find it elsewhere. For example, the workspace. When you scroll down a little, you have something called primary part. When you click on it, you can see it needs an object in here. And when we click something, that's good. But normally it's set to nil, and nil means nothing. So it basically doesn't have a primary part. And that's kind of what nil is. So thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we're going to talk about more about these types and how to make them inside a script. And we're going to also talk about printing, so you know how to do something in a script besides just knowing things. So once again, thank you for watching the video. I hope to see you again, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and that's about it. See ya.